Welcome back to Sunrise. The month of June saw the loss of two major icons to suicide. Fashion designer Kate Spade and celebrity chef and host Anthony Bourdain were both found dead within days of each other. While they made names for themselves in different areas, the end of their lives both came tragically. To help us wrap our minds around it, we're talking this morning with Dr. Michael Nadorff from the MSU Psychology Department. Dr. Nadorff, thank you for being here this morning.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
And you were explaining to me this is an area of focus for you, suicide prevention.
It has been. It's how I actually got into psychology more than 10 years ago. My grandmother sadly died by suicide, and it inspired me to study this and to learn what leads to suicide and how do people both get into this point, and also how do we help them.
Now, when we're talking about suicide prevention, is it depression that we need to be looking for in ourselves and in others?
It's often depression, but it isn't always depression. You know, one of the things that I think of when I'm trying to conceptualize suicide is it's a failure of problem solving. It's having a problem that you can't find a way out of. And I was thinking about it this morning on how best to describe it. And really, it's much like someone with anorexia looks at the mirror and sees someone much, fatter than what they really are. Someone who's suicidal will look at a problem and not see any solutions, even if solutions exist and someone else can see them more clearly.
And oftentimes, and I think what surprised me most about Kate Spade and Anthony Bourdain and why it was such a shock is because these were successful people that we're talking about, and oftentimes we assume that because of that success comes with happiness, but a lot of times that success can be a way to hide how we're really feeling inside.
Absolutely. It's often our most successful people that end up sadly dying by suicide. When you look at colleges, a lot of colleges have suicide problems, but it's usually those Ivy League schools that have the worst problems. There's so much pressure that comes with being successful, and also to be successful you have very high standards, and that's how, sometimes hard to live up to.
Now, if somebody is out there thinking, that maybe they have no solutions, that they're facing problems that they can't see an outcome for, what would you recommend that they do?
The most important thing is reach out. There are a lot of opportunities, a lot of resources in the area, which we don't always get to say, but there really are. There's the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, which the information you can see there. And that actually connects to a call center in Columbus. Contact Helpline, they're fantastic. Our clinic is here. Baptist Psychiatry is in Columbus. A lot of resources in the area. The most important thing is to reach out.
A lot of options to choose from. What signs do we need to be looking for as friends and family members and others that maybe we could see on a day-to-day basis that would be a red flag for suicide?
So much as talking about it, and sometimes there's little jokes about, thinking about suicide aren't really jokes and could be an initial cry for help. So talking about it, giving away things of value, and also just not seeming like themselves, being more depressed, sleep problems.
Now, I know this is an area of focus for you. We've talked about that, and obviously you've talked with people and spoke with people that have contemplated suicide.
Yeah.
What are some of the good outcomes that you've seen from people that have chosen to seek help?
I've seen people turn their lives around 180 degrees. I've seen people that were forced into early retirement return to work and have very successful careers. So sometimes it's just getting through those hours or even minutes of crisis that can save a life. It doesn't have to take a lot.
Very, very true. Any last words, anything that you want to share with our audience on the subject matter?
The most important thing is reach out, seek help, and don't give up on this. There are resources available, there's help available, but I don't want you to think that it's impossible or that there aren't resources. It's something that can be prevented, and we can save lives.
And like you said, no matter the problem, there is a solution of some kind. It just takes working it out.
Absolutely.
All right, Dr. Nadorff, thank you for being here this morning and sharing your wisdom with us.
Thank you for having me.
You bet. Let's